Gag Master. Butcher. Schoolroom. Oh my God. Using complicated machinery for simple tasks. Oh my God. Butcher, schoolroom, complicated machinery for a simple task. Right. Well, I think, therefore I am. Trying to get my, here we go. Gemma, what are you thinking about, girl? You lost your voice a long time ago, didn't you? You were crying under the house. You was crying up in the tree. I know. You're here to sabotage me. You are. Doing a good job every day. I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh my gosh, I rhyme all day long. Ha ha. Free verse. So we got Butcher. School. It's funny because I was school room, not school butcher. I was thinking about butchers the other day. I was thinking of actually visiting the butcher at the local Piggly Wiggly. Oh, I'm sorry. It's now called Carly C's, but it's embedded in me because it's just much more fun to say Piggly Wiggly. Y'all gonna go down to that Piggly Wiggly? They're having a pork roast outside with their pressure cooker. Let's see here. Butcher, schoolroom, and what was it? Something about machinery. A complicated machinery for simple task. Complicated machinery. Complicated machinery. I mean, this phrase alone is complicated enough. Before simple task. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gosh, I wish I was Gary Larson right now. He had a thing for, he really knew how to draw a cow. Or am I doing it wrong? Is it this way? Maybe it's that way. Yeah. Somebody with bovine perspiration. I just had to use that phrase because I hear it all the time. Certain music I listen to. What the heck does a... Oh, didn't cows, aren't they the ones with like nose rings? Yeah. They were also into tattoos, I think, at a certain point, but Butchers, butchers. They are like the smoke. Yeah, I mean, if you're not familiar with certain fields, and I'm not talking about Fields of Dreams or Elysium Fields, I'm talking about if you're not familiar with certain occupations, then it's really kind of tough to figure out. I guess they have their sleeves rolled up a lot, eh? Or I don't know. Oh, this one's too tough, man. Shit. This is the first time I had to start over. What a failure. I'm a loser. I'm a loser, baby. Why don't you kill me, Gemma? Somebody's playing with the latest Amazon box with the paper shizzle inside. Better turn the hat around as to not obstruct. You know what the problem was is I hadn't used my Sharpie yet to draw the borderline. This will change everything. Okay. Yeah. Put your glass right. He looks like Crusher Creel. All right, time to use the new. I just got these today. I often talk about how I love just a plain old eraser. The smell, right? That's why I keep them around. Okay, but today I was at Dollar Tree and they had That's not really strawberry-ish. It's more citrusy. I don't know. Blueberry. That's actually that is a little more like the authentic what banana. Nope, nothing. Yeah, yeah, kind of like bubblicious. Okay. Well, these three are failures, but these two, they did a good job. All right, so let's try a sour apple here. Oh my gosh, it actually erases. Bonus. So lack of smell, not a problem. Lack of scent, I should say. Come on there. Come on over. One of my wild childs is thinking about stopping by for a visit. That would be Munch, aka Munchkin. This is a really tough one. I got really excited when I saw Butcher. I thought, okay, but Classroom. Oh man, I'm dropping the ball here. I feel like I'm missing some kind of really great opportunity. It should be coming to me naturally, but it's not. I mean, usually it does. They're kind of the third criteria is the one that's got me all screwed up. So it seems like the Gag Master creators from 1963 were looking when they put down complicated machinery for simple tasks. They were going for like a Rube Goldberg type situation there. But who has the energy for that? I mean, not even Rube Goldberg. Of course, he's dead. So yeah, he definitely doesn't have the energy. Here's where if I had another computer or iPad set up, I could do a little research. Maybe look up some pertinent information. What's it called? Schools, most schools have like a occupation day where they bring in various people from the full spectrum of potential jobs. I wonder what AI is going to do with that in the future. Today, this week, once again, we have another robot. Kind of a thing. Well, I can't always hit a home run. I mean, I feel like this one's destined to be garbage, but hey, got to keep plowing forward here. We'll see. It's not yet quite beyond salvage. Sometimes you can pull a rabbit out of your ass in the 11th hour. Painful as that might sound. It's not as painful as bovine perspiration. That's a lie. Okay. This little kid here. Sometimes it's the little details that can make something funny. In this case, maybe this kid here has a chance to redeem this exercise. Okay, well, we're going to try. I know I said that I'd never buy the Jot imitation Sharpies again, but this is a different size. I haven't tried this size yet. Oh, yeah, that's a little bit better. See, the other ones I had were more of a... Yeah, these are a little bit different size. Okay. We'll try these. We'll give them a try. There she is. I mean, if I had, way more time, then maybe I could have, should have done like a Rube Goldberg device of some kind. But I think for the sake of brevity, trying to hit my half hour to 1 hour allotted time slot here. Get your butt over here, Gemma. Anyway, these Gag Master spin the wheel prompts are at best suggestions. So there's no solid rule. I'd like to stick to the prompts when possible. I swear I didn't intend for this guy to resemble Adolf Hitler. I didn't. That's just something's playing on my subconscious mind, I guess. I heard a toot. What are you doing? I highly doubt they still use pointers in schools. I'd be surprised if they did, but when I was going to school, they actually had a couple teachers still using old school pointers. straight enough, damn it. I'm not a human ruler. Oh, crap. I have a ruler right here. Just kidding. I always have a ruler right there, but I never use it. I reserve my right to rebel against rules and rulers. Hear, hear. Okay. Whew. That was risky. Okay. This is the hard part. So really, this is kind of for the third prompt, this is almost the opposite of what the suggestion was. So the third suggestion was a complicated machine to do a simple task. Well, I've made this a simple machine to do a simple task, I think. Sort of. And for any future watchers of this video, I doubt there's anybody live streaming with me besides Gemma, the saboteur. I would have to say that in the parts where I'm not talking, you can just sort of allow yourself to be soothed by the constant ka-chicking, ka-chicking, ka-chicking of the time-lapse video taking place. I've got it set to take a picture every second at high quality definition, which is not quite 4K. It's like 2000 something by 1000 something aspect ratio. That's good enough. And a lot of times YouTube's compression, there's no point in shooting in real true 4K unless you've got a high dollar Sony camera or something, or a Canon that uses a slightly different codecs. The codecs on my iPad shoots in the older format of 264. A lot of the new iPhones, however, have the 265 compression format, which is awesome because it allows even greater clarity and depth in a smaller file size, which is just ridiculous how the technology is So normally when I draw and I'm not filming simultaneously and I'm not sort of obligated to speak, I'll just have my headphones on and be jamming out. And even when I'm doing this, I sometimes have music on in the back of my head. Like I've been going over certain lyrics, my own personal brainwashing regimen includes a liberal dose of the band Sublime. And so while I've been sitting here trying to achieve a Zen-like state, I've had the lyric, stolen from Africa land, chased out with a knife, to kind of go with the butcher theme. Face like Bob Marley, mouth like a motorbike. Whoa, the bars are always open. Bradley Noel was a genius, but unfortunately, he had a heroin addiction that claimed his life too soon. So I kind of screwed myself by not leaving room for word balloons. So instead, I'm going to try to cram 10 pounds of poo, 5-gallon bucket here by doing okay, I'm cheating. I'm using the ruler. I know. Shame on me. Hypocrite! He swore he'd never use a ruler, man. That guy sucks. I'll never believe him again. Yeah. All right. I didn't say I'd never use a ruler. Oh, sure. Try to cover your ass post facto. So I'm going to erase the parts that I definitely don't want. And then I shall add a little bit of shading to give a little bit of gray tone depth to some other areas. And then once that is done, I will then be required to finish the strip with some kind of funny verbiage, caption, something other. But it's not coming. It ain't coming. It hadn't happened yet. Clock's still ticking, though. It's kind of like when Dorothy, is in the castle, the witch's palace, and the wicked witch of the West, turns over the hourglass, and Dorothy starts blithering like an idiot, and she's just watching a nervous wreck as the pitter patter of the sand in the hourglass keeps streaming down, and even as a kid, I would scream at the TV set, flip it over. That's all she had to do was flip over the hourglass. It would have bought her. And then she could have like tricked the witch. The witch would come back, hey, why is there so much time left? I don't know. Dorothy could have been an intelligent dumbass and pretended to not know. Claiming ignorance is never a bad policy, really. Look at our politicians, huh? They conveniently claim ignorance when it suits whatever the fuck or whatever the frickin' frack. Trying to keep this a clean site. Frickin' frack. Oh, look at that. My finger works. I was picking my nose with it right before this. Okay, so let's add just a little bit of depth. Not too much is required, really. Maybe to this dude's shirt behind his bloody apron. And then to one side of the pencil sharpener. And then to this kid's hair. Gemma. Come on. He was such a stinker. This kid. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do something that you enjoy, hopefully you'll get some kind of laughter out of the process. That's one thing that, growing up, there sometimes wasn't that much to laugh about, but I always found a way to amuse myself. Not that I had it bad or anything. It was just normal stuff. I do like the way this severed limb turned out, and I tried to keep it sort of amorphous enough that 10th grade vocab word. Amorphous enough that it's not too gruesome, but yet still will read as, that's part of a deceased biological entity. Okay. I am a fan of carpenter's pencils, not just because the bigger the better, bearing in mind that size doesn't matter if you have a little dick anyway. So yeah, I kind of like, when it gets worn to a certain point, you can get more of a larger area of coverage with like this tone that I'm creating right now so that it reads as one solid tone, devoid of like specific lines. What's another name that begins with a B? I already have used Bob. Butcher Brad. This is a really small word block. It's compressed due to my sheer lack of planning. But I mean, hey, that's the Gag Master Challenge. Every single one, you don't have time to plan because you are literally doing the challenge in real time. No plan, just seat of your pants, flying blind. It's the only way to travel. Oh, what fun we'll have tonight. Yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean. Yeah, I think the past several Gag Masters where I used a block instead of word balloons, it was almost double the size for the caption. So I'm really not doing too bad, actually. I'm sort of fitting in what needs to be said. But to use one of my most used phrases, which I repeat just about every night in some way, shape, or form, less than ideal. That's so one thing I can do, since the actual word block is compressed, I'm going to thicken the letters a bit more, so hopefully they'll read. Maybe add a little flair here, a little flair there. And instead of doing ... I'll do exclamation point. Because in comic books, you can never go wrong with exclamations. It's kind of like that mentality of, if somebody isn't hearing you, yell as loud as you can. Make sure that your personal word balloon that may or may not be floating ethereally above you as you argue with someone contains a giant exclamation point, maybe two, and throw in a question mark. Words to live by. Don't quote me. So maybe the funniest part of this strip is just listening to me babble. I don't know. I'm not laughing. I don't have time. Whew. Yeah, I really. Struggle, toil, and bubble. Bubbles and Fifi and Gay Paris. Pasties and a G-string, beer and a shot. I don't even know what that means. But the place I was at was on I-95. It was a cesspool. No. I was just a teenager at the time. It was a bachelor party, for God's sake. Bachelor parties are really kind of disgusting events, actually. You might, if you're lucky, receive something that you could perhaps remotely categorize as an education, but not necessarily. Butcher Brad. Well, I screwed that up by trying to darken it. I did watch a really cool YouTube that had a really clever Rube Goldberg kind of device with all these marbles doing incredibly whimsical things, and even like pinball machine springs and stuff. And the way it was laid out was ingenious. Yeah, screwed the pooch on the damn word thing again. Letters are too close together, not enough space, everything's compressed. You know what I could do, though? Round them like puppies. You know what I could do? Gemma, why didn't I think of this? Why? Why didn't I think of this? Move your butt. Move your butt. Big sneeze, Gemma. That's you. That's you. I'll blow snot on you. That's you. That's you. Well, that's the first time I redid I don't know if this is funny. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't care. But is okay. And again, these are all rough drafts, really. When you're dealing with this sort of pressure, I don't feel pressure, by the way. But when you're dealing with this sort of time limit, then you just got to satisfy the bare minimum of requirements here. So we spun the wheel for the Gag Master, and we got butcher, classroom, and then the last one was amorphous, complicated machinery to do a simple task. But I failed in that regard, and instead I have the butcher using a pencil sharpener. And that's mainly because right there I have a pencil sharpener, so I was able to like look at it for reference, right? And then I do like the way this kid turned out. He's kind of shell shocked by this task of running the deers. I mean, this guy's literally grinding up the bones, and he's sort of got this. I don't know. I don't even know what that expression would be deemed as, but his hairdo, that's kind of funny. And then the teacher, I don't know if it's going to read too well because I have so much light here. Maybe if I turned off one of these lights, there we go. Now the deer, you can sort of see that the deer is drawn in chalk, and the teacher's got her pointer, looking at it or whatever. But let me see if this light does anything. There you go. Okay, not too bad. Well, now I can write a song that fits that particular strip and see if we can come up with something that's maybe funnier than Gag cartoon. So, c'est la vie. We'll try again. And it's just the process. But first, you don't take a nap.